up, everyone? We are here in the Jurassic room, and welcome to another episode of Dinosaurs of the Week, where all of you, the fans, get to pick what is showcased in each week's episode. And as you can see, once more, I got a bunch of awesome suggestions, so I will be picking my 10 favorites to showcase on today's video. And if your pick did not get into this episode, then make sure you let me know down in the comments below so that you have a chance at being featured in next week's video. But let's go ahead and check out all of this week's awesome picks. To kick off this week's episode, we have a pick here from Deanna Price for the Jurassic World Dominion Owen and Parasaurolophus set. And this is a pretty fun little set here from Jurassic World Dominion. We get Owen with his big old coat, which is looking pretty cool, and actually his rope that he uses to catch the Parasaurolophus, which is pretty cool. And then we get this smaller, like juvenile-sized Parasaurolophus with this really interesting and cool paint job. I love this blue coloration with the tan along with the darker grayish black. I think this Parasaurolophus looks really, really unique in my opinion. And then when we look at the back of the box, we get another good look at Owen, the Parasaurolophus, and how he can use his rope to capture the Parasaurolophus just like he did in Jurassic World Dominion. The only difference is this Parasaurolophus is way smaller than the one that he actually captured in Dominion, but that doesn't take away from how cool this set is. I still really like the Owen figure we get. The rope is sweet, and this Parasaurolophus is a cool little sculpt with an awesome paint job, so that makes this a pretty fun set right here. Now, this next suggestion we have right here is from Stavarn for the Jurassic World Dino Escape Fierce Force Masiakasaurus. I may have said that wrong, but this is quite a unique species. Look at that head and look at those crazy looking teeth. This is just an interesting figure by so many means, and it's got an interesting little colorway here. These yellow like dotted all over it is pretty interesting. It's got kind of yellow on the underbelly, and then it's got like a maroonish colored body, which is pretty cool. And then we look at the back of the box, we get a good look at our Masiakasaurus and its forward strike. So why don't we go ahead and check that out? Almost looks like he's just kind of dancing. I wonder if we can open the mouth a little bit. So I guess you can open the mouth some so the strike looks a little bit more vicious than it did before. But I'm not gonna lie, at the mouth closed, it almost looks like this thing is just dancing. That is actually pretty funny, but it is still a cool looking figure and a very unique species, so it does make it still a pretty fun one to have here in the collection. Now, this next suggestion right here is from Dinosaurs Taming Earth for my favorite of the small Destruct-a-saurs sets. So I chose the Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom Velociraptor and Microceratus Destruct-a-saurs set because I love this blue and gold Velociraptor. It is just so sweet looking. Yes, it is the same sculpt that we've gotten many times from Mattel, but the colorway to me is just so unique. So I really, really like it. And it's got, I know it's hard to see, it's got a magnet under its mouth that causes its magnetic destruction, as you can see here. And the little Microceratus in the cage also look really cool in this set. When we look at the back of the box, we get another good look at our Velociraptor and how the magnetic destruction actually works, which is really, really cool. It's too bad these Destruct-a-saurs didn't get really a wide release and that they were very hard to get my hands on, which definitely made it hard for other collectors to get their hands on them. But I am happy to have all of the Destruct-a-saurs sets here in my collection, and this one is one of my personal favorites. Now, this suggestion we have right here is from LAN for the Jurassic World Chaos Theory Wild Roar Kentrosaurus, which is a brand new released figure and looks pretty cool in my opinion. It's slightly different sculpted from the Kentrosaurus we got in the past, but nothing too crazy. The green paint looks pretty nice, and these orange spines on the back do look pretty cool, or I should say orange plates, but it's nothing too crazy. I feel like it lacks some of the paint in some different areas, but it is still a pretty nice looking figure. Then when we look at the back of the box, we get a good look at our Kentrosaurus and how you can control the attack. So you can actually go back here and watch this. Doesn't have a lot of room to move in the box. but you kind of get the gist of it, and you can see how this toy actually works. Again, this isn't the craziest figure that they've ever released, and it's nothing super special in my opinion, but it was nice to get another Kentrosaurus figure, since this is a dinosaur that we saw in Camp Cretaceous and Chaos Theory a good bit, so it does still make me very happy to have this one in the collection. Now we've got another request right here from Gio Suet for the Jurassic World Stegoceratops from Hasbro, and this is one of the only kind of decent figures that we got from Hasbro, and maybe it's only decent because the sculpt is okay, and it's just such a unique species. I mean, it's half Stegosaurus, half Triceratops. It does make it super unique, so I got to give it a little bit of credit there. Then when we look at the back of the box, we get another good look at our Stegoceratops, how it's a hybrid dino, and it's bashing head. So what you can actually do is pull the tail here, and you can get the head to come out. It's almost like its neck extends. It's kind of a weird play feature. You would think the head would like bob up and down or something, like the trike is, trying to hit someone with its horns. But no, the head goes in and out, which is quite odd in my opinion. But then again, everything Hasbro did with this Jurassic World 2015 toy line was a bit of a head scratcher, so I guess it shouldn't be too much of a shock that this one does have a weird action feature. But again, like I said earlier, this is one of the better Hasbro Jurassic World toys, so I'm more than happy to showcase it for today's episode. So this next suggestion we have right here is from Koala Plays for the Hammond Collection Parasaurolophus from the Lost World Jurassic Park. And again, this is another gorgeous Hammond Collection figure, just like almost every Hammond Collection figure is. And this is one of the first ones that ever released, so that does make it a little bit more special, I guess. Look at that cool render of the Parasaurolophus on the side of the box. And then on the back, you get a better look at your Parasaurolophus, and actually a picture from the Lost World when the Parasaurolophus was running on the game trail when they were trying to round up some dinosaurs for Jurassic Park San Diego. But again, looking at this one, it's got a pretty nice sculpt. It's maybe not the best sculpt of the Hammond collections that we got, but it is still pretty good. And then it's got a beautiful paint job and top-notch articulation like the Hammond collection is known for. So I would say this is definitely a worthy addition to the Hammond collection, and it's also a worthy addition to any of our Jurassic collections. Now, this next suggestion right here is from Caden for this Jurassic World 5-in-1 micro collection pack, and there is a Jurassic World Dominion version as well, but I chose to showcase this one first. So what we've got here is we've got a little micro collection Dimetrodon, a micro collection Stegosaurus, a micro collection T-Rex, micro collection Velociraptor Blue, and a micro collection Triceratops, which is pretty cool. And then we look at the back of the box, and look, there's all 5 of them like I just listed off, which is pretty cool to see. But these are fun little toys because they are technically Mattel, so they do technically come from the official toy maker, and they are just little budget-friendly toys that did show up at Dollar Tree, so you could buy all of these individually over time for like $1 or $1.25, which was really budget-friendly for anyone that just wanted to add some extra dinos to their Jurassic collection. Or you really could use these as kind of like hatchling dinosaurs. They do look like hatchlings, so you could kind of fit them in with your actual mainline Mattel toys if you wanted. So that does make this a pretty fun set for any of us to have in our collections. Now we've got another great suggestion right here from Mason Gibson for the Jurassic World Amber Collection Velociraptor Blue. And this one is a really awesome, and I'm happy that we got to take a look at some Amber Collection today because I think they produce some of the best Velociraptor figures that we ever got, and Velociraptor Blue is no exception. Now these are in a much bigger scale, as you can probably tell from me having it in my hand, which gave them the opportunity to have a little bit more detail and articulation, so you can see the details. Even the paint job on this figure are really nice. And then when we look at the back of the box, we get a look at Velociraptor Blue from Fallen Kingdom and a little bit of a description about her, but I think we all know plenty about Velociraptor Blue. But again, these Amber Collection figures were really cool. They came with these stands as well, which made them, a little bit more like collector oriented or collector friendly, but After a while, this line got replaced with the Hammond collection because there's only a certain amount of dinosaurs that they could put in this larger scale like this, but I'm glad that we got an awesome one like Velociraptor Blue before they ended the toy line. Now we've got another Velociraptor Blue suggested here from Jurassic Gamer, but this time we have the Hammond Collection Velociraptor Blue, which is really awesome. Now this one's got amazing sculpting and details just like the Amber Collection Blue, but in a much smaller scale. But then look at that. Ooh, look, Blue is looking really cool on the side. And then we look at the back of the box, we get another good look at Velociraptor Blue and some of the glass eyes that they've been showcasing with a lot of these Hammond Collection figures, which I do think gives it a little bit of a nice touch and a little bit of realism. But again, Velociraptor Blue is looking really nice here, and I do think the sculpt on the Velociraptors a little bit later into the Hammond Collection like this one are a lot better than the sculpts that we got on the original Hammond Collection Velociraptors, so that does make this Velociraptor Blue Hammond Collection figure stand out from the rest a little bit. And again, Blue is just such an iconic character, so of course they would add it to the Hammond Collection, and I think they did a pretty nice job. And the final suggestion we have for today is from Jacob D for the Hammond Collection Baby Triceratops, and the only one I have at the moment is this loose sample because they have not released at Target yet. I was lucky to find one of them early at Ross during that whole Christmas rush, but I only found one and I did open it for a video, but I will get some new in box when they release in Target in about a week or so. But this is a beautiful little figure and it's just absolutely adorable. I love the paint job, even though I know it's very simplistic. It just looks realistic, and the sculpting on this one is just so good. This may be one of my favorite of the smaller dinosaurs that we've gotten from the Hammond Collection. The details are great, and it's just adorable, guys. I mean, how is this not so cute? I can just picture that little kid riding this baby Triceratops just like in Jurassic World. So I just really love this figure, and I think it is a perfect one to finish off this week's episode with. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Dinosaurs of the Week. Once again, if you would like your pick possibly featured in next week's episode, then make sure you let me know down in the comments below. Want to see more awesome Jurassic content? Then hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications so that you don't miss any of my content. Also, check me out on Instagram and join my Discord server for so much more Jurassic fun. The links to everything will be in the description below. Check out more awesome Jurassic videos here.